I'm so excited. Boop, boop, boop-a-doop. I just can't hide it. Boop, boop, boop-a-doop. I launched the launch. I launched softly tonight because the reason why I'm launching softly for the Patreon right now is because it's brand new, right? So it's not jam-packed full of everything that it's going to have, but the lower tiers have a good amount of stuff in them because those are easier things to put out there. It's not as big of an offering. So the first tier is $1.11 a month, and that's going to give you an overview of every month. So far, there's a 20-minute reading in there that you can go watch. It's going to tell you about what to expect for the upcoming month of August. And I have the little thing right here that I used while I was doing it so that I had like a way of looking at what I was doing. An overview of the month, what to expect over the coming days, i.e. like that week, the next week, what's coming up over these next few weeks. What blocks to be aware of, what lessons do we need to acknowledge, what blessings can we expect. And there was a lot of love and relationship stuff coming through like immediately. The first card that came through was just like that, they will be back, and it's like two lovers on the card together. There was twin flame card came through. I was using my Divine Time Oracle, which there's only one twin flame card in that deck, and it's literally, this is your true twin flame, remember your story and why you came. So that was in there. Career and finance stuff like expectations, health and wealth. What is your soul mission, purpose, insights to explore at this time to help you to evolve and ascend? And where can you expect yourself to be by the start of next month? So that is the first tier. It's $1.11 a month. You're going to get that reading every month. Plus, you'll get to see anything that I put in there for you guys specifically. Like, I might give you guys things that nobody else is going to know about because it's less overwhelming for me to put a post in there than it is for me to put it onto like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, where there's thousands of people. Especially for things like if it's just one of a kind crystal that I have that I'm like, is anybody interested in this? Or it's the books that I have that I've been wanting to get rid of, but it's like, it's weird, it's just weird blocks that I get. But I feel like I can talk to my people there. I'm going to build a community there where it's like we know each other. You know your stuff's not just out there in the public eye for everybody. It's behind, community. So that is the first tier. There will be little things that I put in there throughout the month that is free. So if you want to just be a part of it for free, you can be a part of it for free. But if you want to get like the readings, you're going to have to do at least $1.11 a month. Now the next one, each tier of my Patreon will have their own benefits, including group chats and polls, among incredible exclusive content, teachings, and spiritual mentorship. We can easily stay connected and keep everyone on the same page depending on which tier is right for them. Everything is organized and easy to use, which I'm very excited about for me because it makes it easier for me to share with you and stay like on top of it. I'm very excited about it. Like I have a schedule. Things are so easy to schedule coming out, and it's so easy for me to put things in there, and I have so many things that already exist to put in there and more that's coming to put in there. So I'm very excited. But that first $1.11 we talked about will have an access to a chat where you can communicate with me or each other. You can also, ask questions, make suggestions, and help me to choose a direction for the certain things that are coming up. And also like that reading every month. Like, is there something you want to know about every month? Like Bridget, can you ask about this type of thing? And think about it this way: if you join my Patreon as a new member, it's very unlikely that like the readings are going to be so vast because there's only going to be a small group of you in there. So those readings are going to be specific to the people that are in there. So think about it in that term. Instead of like 15,000 people on a channel or 12,000 people over here, it's zoning in to who's coming in to those energies. Okay, so spiritual seekers is that first tier. The first Monday of the month, they will get that reading, and the members from this tier, as well as all of the other tiers, will also see the names and shout outs. Okay, so I already put a shout out for the people that joined. We had Monika, Rick, and oh boy, why can't I think of it? I can't think of it, but it will be there. I'll show you. You'll see it. Okay. Divine Seeds. Those are the ones for $5.55. And those are the people who will be able to see the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine update on Twin Flame Tuesday. They'll be able to see the Starseed Saturday update that comes out, which there'll be more of those coming out. I did them last month so that there's some in there, and there'll be more coming out this month. So there's already some in there for you to watch right now, and more to come. Flame Tuesday, you will unlock the Divine Feminine energy check-ins, the Divine Masculine energy, tapping into the dualities of life. We all have feminine and masculine energy within us and around us, within the collective. So find out what we should be focused on and what we should be doing to make the most out of the weeks ahead. Wisdom Wednesday is also included in that tier. That's going to dive into the wisdom your spirit and soul most wants for you to be aware of at this time. How can we best evolve and ascend our frequencies and energy into our highest timelines? Starseed Saturday is also included in this tier. And here we will tap into the Starseed Soul's energies. The star beings from the Pleiades, Sirius, Andromeda, Lyra, Arcturus, and so on may come through with messages of uplifting wisdom and incredible truths to expand your mind and consciousness. These readings may be done with cards, automatic writing, trance channeling, or whichever way the star beings choose to deliver the messages to you through me. So every week you will receive guidance and wisdom that will not be seen anywhere else. Like, I may take like a little tiny clip of something to share on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever as like a, hey guys, this thing exists in a fullness over here, but you will be the only ones that get to see that. Okay, so that $1.11, only you guys will see the fullness of that 20-minute reading. The $5.55, only you guys will see the fullness of those readings and the tiers above that. Okay, so that's how it works. Like the $5.55 tier, you get that monthly thing plus all of those readings. If you do the next one up, you get those benefits plus everything we've already talked about. All right, so the next one, 1111, and it is for the divine beings, and this is inclusive of all the prior tiers, the readings and benefits, as well as opening up the door to receive powerful activations and rituals every month. Okay, so like the thing that I did tonight when we went live, I'll be randomly putting things like this in there. I already put in the Syrian soul cleanse that I did last month because of all the synchronicity. And if you join that, you'll see what I mean with all the synchronicity, because Wisdom Wednesday and Starseed Saturday was talking about the Syrian dolphins, and it was all synced up. And so then I ended up doing the Syrian dolphin soul cleanse. So that is there for 11/11. Then tonight, in honor of 8/8, I did the Lyran Triple Infinity Abundance Rite. So that helps you to infinitely power up your confidence, your strength, your heart, your vision, and to manifest rapidly at 8:08 on the clock. And that is in there. And more of those are coming every month. So I'm going to be doing a prosperity and protection for the members of my Patreon, and that is going to be on the 20th. Okay, so that's going to be specific for the Patreon people, and that's the 11/11 plus the other ones that I just mentioned. You'll get to see those other activations, and you'll get to be, seeing all those readings and things that we discussed. Be shared with the Patreon members of this tier and those above. I have been doing activations and ritual work for about a decade now. I also channel through the emissaries of light who work through me and have a Pleiadian imprint in my voice. Some activations may more so feel or resemble a guided meditation, but I assure you there will be more happening under the surface and through the energy than just relaxing a little bit. So I will be using a mixture of my tools and supplies such as candles, essential oils, herbs, decks of cards, crystals, art supplies, and intention. I will simply create what spirit guides for me to blend and work with. Sound tools such as drums, singing bowls, crystal pyramid, and tuning fork, bells, etc. are all likely to be added into the sessions. I don't like to limit or attempt to set exact expectations on when, where, and what will happen, because spirit is constantly shifting, and I follow the synchronicity into what I'm guided to do and when I'm guided to do so. And I can already feel that energy inside of me. Just because 3 people have signed up, I'm like, oh my god, I gotta do something like right now. Like, I gotta jump on it. I want to serve those people who are supporting me. Okay, so I know more things are going to be like blah, blah, blah. All right, yeah, I might aggravate the people. They'll be like, Jesus Christ, I'm getting all these notifications on Patreon. But hey, some months I may end up offering more rituals throughout the month via my Etsy shop and my website, and those, when I do, will be given to you as part of being part of the Patreon. So you won't have to go sign up to those other things. You won't have to go onto my Etsy to get things. So anything that I do over the next coming month that is like open to everybody, as long as it's under $20, I'm going to be putting it into that level of the 11/11. All right, so all of those people will benefit. Divine Souls is the $22.22 tier, and this is when we get to the monthly Q&A members. So they will have a chat exclusive for this to touch base with each other and keep the chat going outside of live streams. This is an opportunity to not only speak with me directly and use your own voice if you choose, but there will also be an option to connect with other like-minded souls in your collective. So anybody that joins that $22 tier and up can come to this Q&A, and we'll be able to see each other and speak to each other. You'll also have that group chat together where you guys can have a community. There's only 3 people signed up right now, but of those 3 people signed up right now, 2 of them are already available to chit chat and be a part of that Q&A, growing a community together. All right. And they'll get everything we've already talked about before. So these live events will be open to those in the tier and the higher, which is only open to a limited number of souls anyways, okay? So like when we get up into the $55 tier and above, those are only limited to a certain amount of people because I can only give so many readings a month. I can only do so many one-on-one hour-long calls with people a month. I can only commit to teaching so many people a month. I don't want to inundate myself to a place where I can't keep up with it. There's only 5 in the top tier, and I think there's only like 11 in the next down, and then like 20. However it was, it ended up being like a number that was like 44 or 33. I can't remember exactly. We will spend a couple of hours together discussing anything you wish to ask me about, okay? So the first one is set for the 29th from 9 to 11 p.m. It's a Google Meetup, so my camera and my microphone will be on. You're welcome to turn either one of those things on your side or use the chat option, but I'm doing it that way so that people don't have to be on like an, YouTube thing, being like blah, 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 feeling limited, not getting out what they're trying to say, having those delays. We'll be able to talk to each other face to face in the moment. You want me to pull out cards for a reading, or do you want to ask about your love life, your career, your health, or your mission and purpose? Anything you wish to discuss, we will have an opportunity to ask questions and discuss the answers in a myriad of ways. This is like getting a group of coaching call together with me at an extremely discounted rate. So you will also receive all of the activations, all of the readings, the monthly overview. You'll also get a 10% off coupon code from my Etsy shop to use anytime on any product, and you will have a shout out as being part of the community. So Divine Masters is the $55 tier, and that is limited to 20 members. This tier has a chat exclusive for communication surrounding your monthly readings to ensure that I get your questions or have you let me know that you're open to receive. Each month around the same time that you've come in the prior month, I will ask you either, do you have questions, or are you just open to receive? You can email me them, whatever. We're going to discuss it like as soon as someone joins it, it gives me the option to message them. So I've already messaged the first person and was like, hey, you got some questions? Within 72 hours, I will send that question back to them. I'll send that reading back to them. And then next month, I will have them written down on my thing as like, this person needs their reading by this time. And I will try to get their questions or they're open to receive prior to that time. All right. But no matter what, whenever they give me their questions or tell me they're open to receive, it will only be 72 hours from then that I will need, which will likely be less, to get it back to them. All right. So you will also have access to the Q&A live. You'll have all the activations and readings, the Mystic Monthly Overview. You'll have a 10% off coupon code for the Etsy shop. You'll have shout outs in the community support. And then the Divine Wisdom tier is $111, and that is only 11 members. Okay. So as we launch and I ensure that I can deliver everything they sign up for, it's going to be 11 people. This level has a chat for the wisdom seekers where we can discuss the teachings being taught and covered in the series as that we are on for that tier. And we're starting off with Tarot 1-on-1. And I've already posted the first of the star rights for that tier, as well as have many, many other teachings and activations to add. All 7 levels of Alcyon Light Healing activations will eventually be in there. All 9 of the Monika rights will be in there. All 7 Nusta Carpe rights will be in there. All of the star rights will be in there. All of the New Paradigm MTD activations from Basic Master and Master Teacher classes will be in there. And I've never shared those online before. I can't give you a certificate or a manual because it's not allowed to do that, but I can give you the activations. Okay? And boopity boop, I think the activations are just as powerful regardless of a piece of paper. And I can also share Reiki 2 and Reiki Master teacher attunements through that level as well. So I feel like it's going to be cool. You're going to have an opportunity to tell me, what do you want next? Like, do you want me to do a fresh thing of Moon Key Rights? I'll do a fresh thing of Moon Key Rights. You want me to do a fresh thing of Star Rights? I'll do a fresh thing of Star Rights. It's just going to be dependent on what those people decide that they want. Tarot is the first one. So once we get through tarot, you know, every other week, Sundays are going to be when I post things in there. So every other week, you're going to have the opportunity to receive from me. And throughout the month, I will be popping little things in there that help them to grow in other ways. Like, here's the first star, right? Here's this. Also those activations. Also the private reading. Also the Q&A. Also the monthly overview. They're going to be having access to a lot of things throughout the month. So I don't think anybody will ever be just like, oh, I'm so idle and bored or whatever. When it comes to like the teachings, we can work together and figure out what are you really wanting to learn. Especially as we first start off, there's only 11 people in there. I feel like we can work together to teach you things that are really going to help support you. And it's at an amazing deal because you're getting a whole month of information and wisdom and teachings and connecting with me for $111. Like, that's good, you know? You can get advanced aromatherapist, classes and workshops, candle making, candle magic, ritual magic, trance channeling, auto writing, shamanic mentoring, channeled art and creativity. Even the epoxy creations with crystals and intentions with energy are fitting. If any of you are into the artistic stuff, I have the pyramids, the spheres, the sacred geometry, molds. I have way more than I should have, honestly. I got excited and I spent like $1,000 that night, and then I kept adding on even after that. LOL. Anyways, I can show you dream catchers, the full process of making them. We can design new decks and publish it on my shop together. We can do so many things. I'm obviously excited and I have a lot of ideas. Some of these things are already done and available now, so we don't have to focus just on one at a time. You know, if you come in there and you let me know, like, I really want to like learn the Moon Key, and you're in that $100 level thing, I will start putting them in there regularly. I'm not going to inundate it quickly because I don't want people to just come in and take everything, but I will put them in there regularly, and I aim to please, you know. All right, so boopity beep beep. If you have any questions, you can let me know. If someone does not want to do something the others are doing, there should always be a way to keep multiple people happy at a time, you know. I feel like if you're in that level and you're showing up and you're supporting me at that level, I will support you back. I will make sure that you're receiving something that is supportive of you and helps you at that time. Like, if you're like, I'm already a Reiki this and I already know that and I already got these rights from you, I'll be like, okay, so what are you looking for? You know, what is it that you are trying? But if you're interested in tarot, this would be the month to sign up. So the first tarot stuff's going in on the 11th. That's what I'm going to be teaching. I have a whole little thing right here of like, for like the first times that I'm going to be discussing and talking about finding a tarot deck that speaks to you, you know, and all about that type of stuff, the suits, the cards, the major, the minor. We're going to talk about different books. We're also going to talk about basic spreads, storytelling, how I read like, there's so many different ways that I read decks. There's all of this stuff's going to be coming through there through Tarot 101, and that's just the beginning, you know, of what I'm sure I can cover about tarot. And then for the $222, this is only open to 5 people. They have their own private chat, which even this tier is exclusively open to only 5. So this is there for you in case that you have a question, a trigger, an emotional day, a suggestion, or whatever you feel guided to use that chat for. It's a way to ensure that if you do need me and have sent an email or social media message, I will see it sooner rather than later with the Patreon. These are my divine royal souls, and this tier opens them up to everything from the other tiers, as well as the one-to-one 60-minute coaching calls with me, where we can dive into whatever it is that they need or desire at that time. This 60-minute session can be done via video chat or in person, depending on your location, but it will be just me and you. All right? And we can really dive in and uncover what you most need at this time, or simply let me know what you're really hoping to achieve together. Not only does this tier give you one-to-one time for deep healing and teaching, you also have all the added benefits of the wisdom teachings, the classes, the levels below, the group coaching, all of the activations. You will get the 20-minute private reading every month, as well as the weekly and monthly content, the rituals. You'll have access to things nobody else does. You will have opportunities and exclusive services available at discounted rates presented to you. You will be able to make decisions and help direct the direction of other content and offers to come. You will have a mentor and a friend at your side as we navigate this crazy life. So this is for spiritual mentoring, shamanic mentoring, spiritual business mentoring, coaching in your healing process, twin flame coach, starseed support, manifesting and magical practices, whatever feels aligned for your soul. Those are things that I have been doing for over a decade now. And these are your sessions to use as you like. And the top tier will also receive everything that we've already discussed prior to. We launched on 8/8. The Patreon name is very simple, patreon.com/BridgetRau. Very excited. Very excited. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm happy and excited. There's more stuff coming. There's more stuff coming. Like every day. Not every day, but stuff coming. Probably every day. I'm probably going to do something every day. I don't want to say that because what if I get tired and I'm like, I just want to sleep today? But it's like every day. Anyways, I'm very excited. In Munich. Namaste.